And welcome back to Electric Bike Mark. On this video I'm going to be riding the AIPAS M1 Max, as you see it right there. It's the largest bike that I own of all the bikes that I do own. And what I want to talk about on this video is riding e-bikes in your neighborhood. Can you still do it without a license, registration, and insurance? So let's talk about this. Because of all the laws happening now, we're getting forced off of bike trails and onto the road. And there's lots of people out there that refuse to ride on any busy roads because it's dangerous, which is true. So what about neighborhood roads like this? Before we go and do a ride on the road, let me tell you this. So as of July 2026, the vast majority of the United States does not require a license, insurance, or vehicle registration to ride a standard electric bicycle on public neighborhood streets. However, you must stay strictly within specific equipment and federal power boundaries to keep the bicycle status. Furthermore, a major shift is currently happening across the country where a handful of states are breaking away from standard rules to pass strict licensing laws. The standard U.S. three-class system. Nearly 40 states follow the standardized three-class system framework. If your e-bike fits in one of these categories, it is legally treated exactly like a traditional bicycle, pedal bicycle. This means no license, no registration, and no insurance required on public streets. Class 1 is pedal assist only. Motor stops helping at 20 miles per hour. Class 2 features a throttle, motor stops helping at 20 miles per hour. And then you've got Class 3, which is pedal assist only, features a speedometer, motor stops helping at 28 miles per hour. The universal limit, the motor capacity must be 750 watts or 1 horsepower or less. And it must have fully operable rotating pedals. 2026 major exceptions, states changing the rules. A few states have completely eliminated or modified the bicycle exemption. If you live in or travel to these areas, riding an e-bike does not require registration, or does require, I should say, registration, licensing, or insurance. New Jersey, the stricter shifter. Effective July 2026, New Jersey has entirely eliminated the Class 3 system. The state now legally reclassifies all e-bikes as motorized bicycles. All riders must hold a license, register the bike, and carry insurance. Riders ages 15 and 16 must get a specific motorized bicycle license from the MVC. Massachusetts and Rhode Island, recent legislative crackdowns require registration and licensing for faster tier or higher wattage devices. Other licenses required states. States like Hawaii, Alaska, Louisiana, and West Virginia do not use the clean three-class framework and often require a standard driver's license or special registration depending on your exact motor power. When an e-bike legally becomes an unregistered motor vehicle, if you are riding anywhere else in the country without a license or insurance, local police can still impound your ride or issue severe unregistered motor vehicle, so they can unregister motor vehicles, can be ticketed for your bike brakes with these federal laws. So let's go with one. It goes over 20 miles per hour on throttle alone. True Class 3 bikes are only legal up to 28 miles per hour if you are actively pedaling. If your bike has a throttle that can propel you past 20 miles per hour without pedaling, it is legally a moped or motorcycle. 2. The motor exceeds 750 watts. Popular brands selling 1,000, 2,000, or off-road mode bikes strip away your bicycle privileges the second your tires hit public street asphalt. It lacks pedals, foot pegs instead of functional rotating pedals automatically reclassify the machine as a dirt bike or electric motorcycle. So let's hop on and talk about this. So this bike here is a Class 2 and Class 3, but it does exceed 28 miles per hour, this AIPAS M1 Max. It tops out into the low 30s. The display here is a little bit off, so it's a little high. But it will get up to about 32 miles an hour, this bike, so that's a little bit over the limit of 28. But I don't know how much they're gonna, if you go 30 miles an hour on a bike, 2 miles per hour over the 28, are they really gonna stop you? I mean, cars, there's a leeway of about 5 miles an hour, right? Approximately 3 to 5 miles an hour where they're not gonna bother you. I suspect it would be the same on a bike. I have never been pulled over on a bike, so I don't know for sure, but that's my guess. But yeah, I was just going to ride around on the neighborhood streets as I usually do. I mean, it's getting to the point where you don't know where you can ride. But geez, if they take away your neighborhood streets, then there's not really anywhere else you can go unless you want to go on busy traffic roads. And I know a lot of people out there are not comfortable with that. I've heard from so many people mentioning that they just don't feel safe. And that's totally understandable. I mean, you've got very little room on the shoulder of a road, and then you get cars that are coming by you, and it's pretty close. You know, they're pretty close to you. And some of the vehicles, some trucks and stuff that come by are pretty wide, and then they've got the mirrors that hang out, so you can almost get clipped by a mirror even though you're staying in your e-bike or bicycle lane, right? You're not even going outside your lane, and you can still get clipped by these wide mirrors. So really, it is understandable that people are a little nervous about riding on a road, especially when you're doing it for the first time. You know, it takes a little getting used to. I've been doing it for quite a while, so I'm more used to it, but still, there are times that you think, geez, that guy, you know, came pretty close there. And sometimes you'll get going, like I've been on roads that are, you know, you go a little bit faster because it's kind of out of town, you know, kind of deal, and the roads are a little quicker. And you'll get these big trucks, like dump trucks and things, tractor trailers, that'll go by you, and the backdraft will just about knock you over right off your bike. You know, it's kind of, I can see some dangers there for sure. But yeah, I think if you just take it easy, you know, on neighborhood streets, just don't cause a scene or anything. Just, you know, ride. I'm going to go this way actually. You know, ride just at a good, you know, a good pace. I mean, a lot of residential areas are 20 to 25 miles per hour anyway, so it's not like you're going to be, or shouldn't be, you know, ripping down there at 28 or 30 miles an hour. You know, just take it easy and just don't make a scene, and you should be fine. And that's my advice. Just cruise along, you know, enjoy your bike, enjoy especially now, the summer weather. Although some people may say this is a little too warm. I'm out here at like 9:30 in the morning, and it's already 90 degrees out, and I don't know what the feel like temperature is, but it's probably 100. You can see this sign just up ahead here, 25 miles per hour, right there. And so we're well below that. I mean, I'm not on a racetrack here trying to race and all that. I just want to cruise around and enjoy the bike and enjoy the ride. But let me know your thoughts on neighborhood riding. Like I mentioned earlier, the riding around on neighborhood streets for the most part is perfectly legal, provided you are within the limits of 750 watt motor or less, which most bikes are 750, some are less, some are 500, some are 350, some are 250, and then some are more, 1,000 or 1,000 plus. But if you are riding a 750 watt motor and your bike is a class 2 or class 3, and you don't live in some of the states I mentioned earlier, especially New Jersey, that one is completely, you know, they've completely eliminated basically e-bikes as bicycles. They're now a motorized vehicle. And let's hope it doesn't become a trend, because if that does become a trend, I think it's gonna put a dagger into the e-bike industry. I really do, and I think it's going to eliminate a lot of riders, you know, for various reasons. Some people can't afford cars, and it's a great mode of transportation. There's also people out there that, for health reasons, cannot get a driver's license. So this gives them a means of transportation to get around, and it's a lot more affordable than public transit. So there is that. I'm gonna let this car go. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you worry about being able to even ride on your neighborhood streets? You know, are you afraid that they might take that away just like they took away the trails? But the thing is, too, to me, if they're going to do that, then they need to do it for all bicycles. It's got to be all bikes. Be it with a motor on or not, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Let me know your opinion on this. I've mentioned this many times, and I'm going to mention it again for those who are watching the channel who are newer viewers, because we do have a lot of new subscribers recently on the channel. This is my own opinion. I don't have any sources to back this up. In fact, sources that I've dug into say the class levels are not going anywhere, and for most states anyway, and so that's a good thing, I guess. Like, I was against the class levels. I still, not that I'm against the class levels, but I'd like to see them replaced with a speed limit. And so, but my thinking is the way we're heading, I think we're heading toward a 20 mile per hour maximum speed anything above that, I could see in the future being illegal unless you get the full registration, licensing, insurance, all of that. And if that's going to allow you, all of that, paying for all that is going to allow you to go 8 miles per hour faster to 28, and that's all you get, and you're paying insurance and all the rest, is it worth it? I mean, I might just say, you know what? I don't want to pay insurance. I'm just going to go 20 miles per hour or less. And I think that's where it's going. That's just my opinion. And let me know your thoughts on that as to whether you would pay to get your license, insurance, registration, all for your bike to go that extra 8 miles per hour. Is it really worth it? And unless states follow New Jersey and their path, what they're doing, then if they do that, then like I say, I think that's a dagger into the electric bike industry. I mean, it isn't going to necessarily completely kill it, but I think it's going to be like a boxer that has his opponent on the ropes and he's, you know, his knees are buckling, basically, because that's what it would be. It's crazy because when you think about it, I think the percentage of people that the issues are going on with are small compared to the responsible rider who's riding respectfully and responsibly as compared to the ones that are riding recklessly. And I think my opinion is if they would go after those folks and crack down on that, kind of, you know, like the speeding through neighborhoods like this, or with the weaving in and out of traffic, the wheelies, you know, on public roads. If they would eliminate that and get rid of those riders, then I'd like to see where we're at after that, if they would do that, and then see where we are, because the majority of riders out there are just going to ride their bike. They're using it as a means of transportation to get to and from work, go to the grocery store. Basically, it's replacing their car, if not fully, then as much as they can, right? And I think that's a really good thing. And so we got a really good thing going, so let's not ruin it, in my opinion. That's going to do it for this video today on Electric Bike Mark. Thank you very much for joining me. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to leave a comment on this or any other video, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe everyone, enjoy your e-bikes, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.